What up, y'all? Josh and Isi here once again with another quality video. As you all can tell from the title, we are back with another Therapy Thursday. We decided this week we're gonna switch things up just a little bit. Instead of just doing strictly relationship advice, we're just gonna do any kind of interpersonal relationship advice, whether that be friends, family, or relationships.
Yeah, the comment section, we read you guys' comments oftentimes, and a lot of you guys are like, some of us aren't in relationships but would still like advice. So this is our way of trying to make sure we are being as inclusive as possible for our quality crew. So whatever you guys see us ask you guys to submit Therapy Thursday questions or scenarios, just know nothing is off limits.
Before we get into this, obviously we have our normal disclaimer. We are not licensed therapists. We are just two lovebirds that just so happen to give out advice. You can take it with a grain of salt, or you could just leave it where it's at. But this is strictly for entertainment purposes. So without being too long-winded, let's go ahead and get into this video.
Me and my friend have been friends for 6 years, and we talk every day about any and everything. Well, recently she decided to mention to me that she was hanging out with someone we both went to school with, and she told me about it. I was excited for her because I know she needed a day out apart from her boyfriend to have some girls' time. While mentioning it, she stated to me that she was telling me in case I seen a picture of her and the girl on social media. My response was, "Thank you for telling me, but you didn't have to warn me about the pic or anything. I know you hang out with other friends whether I know them or not." She says if I didn't tell her, she would feel bad. I asked her why. She said because if we hang out with people we mutually know and don't mention it to one another, it's fake and dishonest. I tried to understand her, but I couldn't. I feel like she's telling me I should tell her, and if I don't, then I'm being dishonest. I stated to her I will openly share with you who I hang out with because I genuinely want to share, but not out of obligation. I think that putting that pressure on someone is controlling. I told her if that's what she needed and required in a friendship, that's fine, but I don't think it's right to pressure someone into sharing something like that unless it's threatening to our friendship. I feel like I should freely be able to tell her who I saw from school or hung out with from school out of genuine willingness, not because my friend is pushing the issue. I want to know y'all's point of view because I feel like she's being immature and controlling about the situation. It feels unhealthy. That's interesting.
That is very interesting.
I kind of agree with her though. I think that, like, naturally you kind of tell your friends like, oh yeah, I hung out with so-and-so, but to feel that, it's that obligation thing. It almost kind of feels like relationship-like.
I can get, like, sometimes you can feel some type of way. It's like, oh, you hung out with someone that we both knew. But, like, at the end of the day, my relationship with you doesn't mean that my relationship with you carries on to your relationship with somebody else.
Right.
And I never want to put, like, stipulations on friendships in terms of, like, these are mandatory. It's like, you need to tell me when you're hanging out with somebody else.
Yeah, that is controlling. Think about it.
It is.
Like, and I know I was gonna say, think if one of your guys did that, but guys don't do that at all.
No.
I was gonna say, if I had a girlfriend that was telling me like, yeah, I feel like you're being dishonest, it's not a dishonest thing. I think that she has no problem telling her friend when she hangs out with someone. It's just now that her friend, it's kind of like almost a little pride thing of now that her friend has told her she's supposed to tell her. It's like,
it's that
you're
thing.
rubbing me wrong.
It's that thing where it's like if you were gonna sit down, and then someone's like, sit down. It's like, nah, I don't want to sit down anymore. I don't want to do it anymore because it feels like I'm being told what to do. And I don't like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that either.
I wouldn't. Yeah, it doesn't sit right with me. That don't sit right with me. So
what's your advice? What should we tell her? How should she? I think she handled it.
I think she handled it pretty well.
Pretty good. I don't think that you should change the way you're moving. Maybe clarify to that friend where you're at with it. Like, you're not obligated to disclose who you hang out with and stuff. But like you said, I think basically what you said to us is the same thing you can say to her in the conversation. I don't see any shade or any pettiness through her taking that stance of like, I don't have to tell you anything. You're my friend, so it more than likely will come up. But like, this is not a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it does seem like relationship
it's
obligation.
definitely relationship energy.
Ooh. Yeah, no. You're definitely stand your ground. Just stand your ground. That was a good call on your part to just say like, I'll do it out of willingness, but out of obligation, nah, that's too far.
Yeah.
That's a little too far. Okay, so this person said, is it okay to be friends with someone you were cool with, but your best friend/friend now has beef with them?
You want me to take this one?
I mean, yeah.
Because the Virgo on me, you know what I'm going to say. No, it's not cool. Like, that's... This is just my personal opinion. The way my loyalty works, and this has been like a conversation that's come up a lot lately when I've been talking to like you or whoever else. If one of my friends, especially a best friend, like a core friend, is not cool with someone else, they don't even need to tell me what that person did to them. I'm just not gonna F with them. And the reason is, if you're a core person and you're a best friend, then I feel as though I have enough judgment of your character to know if you don't like someone, they did something to you. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not, like, the people I have around me, they're not people that just pick fights and, like, shit starters. They're not shit starters, so to speak. So the way I feel is, if they don't like someone, then it's a wrap, I guess. You know, you missed your shot type stuff. That's how I personally feel, because I think that it's dangerous and a little suspect to be hanging out with someone who your best friend beefs with. You know what I mean? Because it was some type of disrespect that took place for the beef to come about. Yeah. So you're hanging out with someone who disrespected someone you claim to care about. Like, that just doesn't make sense in my head. Yeah. So that's my stance on it. How about you?
I want to say I'm like 80% on your side, but I would need to know why.
What happened?
I would need to know why and what the beef was that occurred, just because, like, maybe I can help you, like, talk it through or something like that. Like, you guys are beefing for what reason? Let's work out, like, why you guys are beefing. That's not to say that I'm running over there like, oh, let me go befriend this person.
Yeah.
But, like,
would you hang, though? Was the question, like, would you hang out with them or whatever? What was it exactly?
Yeah, what was it exactly? Was it just okay to be friends with that person? Because, like, here's my thing. What if it was a situation where it's like, this was a trifecta, right?
What you mean?
Like, I'm friends with you and that other person already. And then all of a sudden now you two have a beef. So it's like, okay, so
they didn't word it like that, though. I don't think that's the scenario.
But that's usually how it happens.
Okay. If that's the case, I guess this is how I move. I think guys and girls just move different, or maybe EC moves different. Depending on who my loyalty is with more, that's where I'm going to lean to. Like, if it's Dom versus somebody else that me and Dom met at the same time, I'm picking Dom.
Well, yeah.
That's just it. It ain't a question. Like, I don't know how else to explain it.
And I think that's just because of your strong loyalty morals that tie into that. Now, me, I'm sort of like a peacemaker. So, like, I like to hear both sides, especially if, like, I'm cool with both people. I'm going to go to your side, I'm going to listen to you, I'm going to go to your side and listen to you, and I'm going to try and either mediate it or, like, so, like, I don't want this dead beef. And I'm not really the type to, like, just want to, like, cut people off for no reason, especially if I'm not the person that has, like, the beef with you. I'm not the type to just be like, oh, my friend's beefing with you, we're done.
I think girl beef and boy beef might be very different.
It might be. Honestly, I feel like it might be.
And you're telling me, like,
but
back in college, one of your crew members had a problem with somebody,
but
you're
like,
going to try to...
But no, in that case, yeah, because I don't really have any ties to you.
But the person is saying, like, it's a best friend, and you're trying to... Let me read that question one more time. Let me see this jump one more time. Is it okay to be friends with someone you were cool with, but your best friend/friend now has beef? Okay, so there was they were cool with both, but your best friend now has beef with the person you were cool with.
It's a tough cookie. I mean, it's, you know what the decision is going to be made, but that's still a tough decision. Okay,
in this case, I guess, you know how I said, like, oh, I don't even need to know. I didn't need to know if it was between them. I didn't have no connection with the person.
Yeah, if it's
like I had a connection with the person, I would like to know, but I'm still gonna more than likely side with my best friend.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're more than likely gonna side with the best friend.
My thing is, I feel like when you say best friend, that's someone that will have your back through it all. Yeah. And I know how I would want the energy to be reciprocated. If somebody disrespected me, I wouldn't want my best friend to question, like, oh, I got your back.
Yeah.
Or still hang out with the person.
That's why I said I would be 80% on your side.
That's wild to me.
I said I would be 80% on your side because for the most part, yeah, I'm gonna, like, if my boy Jordan was like, yo, I ain't beefing with him, and like we were cool at one point, I'm like, all right, cool, you know, I see, but I need to know why, so that way I have a better understanding as to why I'm just cutting off this relationship.
Yeah, in that case, I think a why is, you know, important.
Yeah, and then it also depends on what that why is. It's like, you know.
But this is what I mean by, if it's your best friend, at least for me, with my best friends, I have a good gauge of what their character is. They're not shit starters, and they don't just pick fights or have beef with someone for no reason. So if they're taking a stance like, that's what I mean though. If it's a best friend and they're taking a stance like that, there's a reason, and I'm gonna respect your reason and have your back. That's what I mean by, like, I don't really need to know why.
Yeah, and I mean, that's your paradigm. So I mean, like, in everybody's paradigm, that's not always the same. Sometimes your best friend could be crazy. Sometimes your best friend could be the shit starter. Sometimes your best friend could be that person.
You gotta gauge that.
And that's why I said it's not as cut and dry as saying my best friend's beefing.
You see, I kept saying my opinion.
Yeah.
Based on me.
Yeah.
That's how
I know that's your friends.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, in their case, I'm trying to help them out. You know what I'm saying? So like, you have to take a real gauge at like the whole scope of the situation. So I would definitely say like, ask why, what happened, get a full scope of the picture. And then like normally, if I'm living at my edge, I'm gonna side with my friend too, even if it is something stupid. It's like, well, I rock with you every day out the week. So like, I'm not finna like go behind your back and be kicking it, because it does feel fake. It does feel
mad
phony.
fake.
It feels mad fake and phony.
And I just feel like, in particular, I feel like with women, it's gonna come up. Like, let's say I'm still hanging out with this person who now has beef with my bestie. I'm gonna like that. My bestie's gonna come up, so to speak. You can't tell me that it's not. And it just, I don't know. I would just feel like I'm phony kicking it personally.
But like you brought up the situation with like my crew. So like anybody outside of my crew, yeah, it's easy. It's like no question cut. But if there's like a beef within the crew, like you two are beefing with each other. You could call me fake, but like we all been riding together at this point. So like you can't really say like, oh, because I'm beefing now. That's like basically you trying to get the whole crew to pick sides.
Right.
And that shouldn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right. Hi, Josh and Isi. I'm 24 and doing my honors degree. I started dating a guy about a month ago, and we were very much in love already and spent a lot of time together. Excuse me. We just broke up 2 days ago because he felt overwhelmed by the way I was handling our relationship. I'm a very romantic person and a big lover, so I love hard. For example, he didn't like that I changed his name on my contacts only a few days into the relationship, or that I started calling him babe too early as well. I also told him I loved him first, and he didn't say it back because it was too soon for him. My love language is physical touch and his is quality time, but he barely wanted to hold hands and hug me tighter. He's just not a toucher, and it bothered me. Basically, we just have two different ways of loving, and it just wasn't matching. But I feel like maybe I'm too needy or too much in a relationship. Should I change the way I love because it pushed him away? What if it pushes away the next guy? Oh, okay.
I don't want you to be sad, and this is gonna be like one of those Band-Aid moments. But you kind of push the envelope there.
You think so?
A month in saying I love you.
Okay, no, yeah. There's certain there's certain things.
There's certain things, and
it
seems like the communication between you two was slightly off, because in the first part of this, I heard you say about a month in, and we were very much in love. Okay, then during that same month, you said I love you, but he didn't say it back. So technically, you guys aren't in love. You're in love. But he's still trying to figure it out. It seems like you were taking a lot of first steps.
Yeah.
And it didn't seem like you were kind of gauging what was happening after those first steps to see how he responded. Like the changing of the name, how did he respond to that? If it was sort of like, that's
but I do
fast.
feel like that's a little odd though. Because if they were boyfriend and girlfriend, then why can't she change his name in the phone? There were certain things where I'm like, I don't think that was a big deal, but then other things was like, okay, sis, you might have jumped in.
I think the love word needs to be thought on way harder.
100%.
To be honest, the word love to me is like signing a contract that says like, I'm gonna make this work through emotions, through like ups and downs. I'm gonna do my best to make this work. If at the end it doesn't, okay, we go our separate ways. But like the love word means I'm gonna try to fight for this.
Yeah.
That takes some time.
Yeah.
That I don't feel like can be come up with in a month's time. People throw it out really fast, and guys throw it out prematurely a lot, and they don't even mean it. Like the word love means a lot, and it should hold weight, and people should take their time on saying that, because it can make or break relationships. It can scare people out, and I think maybe you saying I love you after a month, most guys aren't thinking like that after a month. I'm gonna be real, like guys are very picky. Like they just are. So I wouldn't say that your love is wrong, or you should change the way that you love. Don't change the way that you love. Just gauge, ease into it. Ease the person. Like I would almost say leave it in their court. You can still show your love without having to say those trigger words. Like the word I love you doesn't have to come out of your mouth. It could just show in your actions.
And then she said calling him babe was see, and my thing is though, I do feel like she could find a guy though that is okay with her changing the name in the phone and calling him babe and vice versa. Maybe the I love you thing, I can see what you mean though, like gauge it a little bit longer. Don't rush that. But like certain things, I do feel like she could find a guy that can meet her where she's at.
I'm sure that there's a guy out there that'll be totally ready for that.
Yeah.
But it's more often than not, you're gonna scare more guys away than you're gonna keep guys around with rushing into it like that. It's just guys don't like to be rushed, guys don't like to be pushed, and guys don't like to be pinned into corners. And when you start doing stuff like saying I love you after a month, it's like we just got to know each other. We really just got to know each other.
Yeah, I can see how that can scare someone off.
You know what I'm saying? Like we knew each other from freshman year through first semester sophomore year. And I think I started saying I love you like in the summer.
Yeah.
So we had known each other for like 2 years before the word love came out. Even had like
a deep friendship. We probably loved each other as friends.
We probably did.
Yeah.
We probably did.
Well, I know I did. I loved you as a friend.
Yeah. I was totally loving you as a friend. But like the words I love you didn't come out even after we had started dating and all that until like
it really felt
it.
Yeah.
You know? And some people love really hard, and you gotta understand that if you find somebody that doesn't love as fast and you love really hard, you have to be able to like slow your pace down and dial back and just kind of ride at their pace.
True.
Like when the love game really goes at the pace of the slowest person. It's not at the pace of the fastest person, otherwise this person feels like they're being pushed into something.
Or dragged.
Yeah, or dragged along.
Yeah.
And you never want to feel like you're dragging somebody along in the relationship. Okay, so you just ease into the love. Ease into it. Therapy Thursday, a little long. It's okay. This is what this is for.
All of them are long.
Hi, Josh and Easy. Backstory. My boyfriend and I have been together for 6 years now. Good shot. And his mother has been nothing but awful to him. Dang, I'm sorry. She's extremely toxic to her family and very two-faced, especially to me. We've talked marriage and kids, so we're in it for the long run. Just graduated college together. Woo woo. Congrats. She's become so bad that we've discussed to each other refusing her visitations to our kids in the future because we don't want her to treat them the same way. She has 4 kids that I know of, and she has not been motherly at all. I've had deep conversations with my boyfriend's sister, and she had to do everything for herself without her mom from a very young age. Are we in the wrong for wanting to cut her off completely from us and what our future holds? Because some days guilt eats at me, and some days I just don't think that's a right she deserves. Thank you so much in advance. Love the self-discovery and the change that you both made in the content.
Oh, thank you. Wow, that's a lot, but you know that's deep though.
That's deep.
Because
it's like family ties.
I know. But to me, the older I'm getting, I'm realizing, family or not, toxic is toxic, disrespect is disrespect. I don't think that it has to be this hard line in the sand of like, never can she be around, never is she gonna see. But like maybe until there's changed behavior that y'all see, it's best for y'all's mental and emotional health to distance yourself. And I don't think that that's a problem. Family, friend, whoever.
You can love somebody from a distance.
100%.
Healthy distance. And like the kids don't have to be all up in their grandma's face all the time, especially if she's on some toxic stuff.
Yeah.
You can see the kids. Great. You can see them while I'm there. You can come, see them.
And again, improved behavior though.
If I don't see improved behavior or like if you're not acting right up until that point, don't expect me to invite you over into this space.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to see some changes. I'm gonna need to see some improvements, some a little bit more emotional intelligence before I start bringing around the kids. And you're gonna have that adult conversation with her and be like, look, what you were doing for us wasn't it, and I'm scared for my children.
I feel like when kids enter the group that's a different animal. You're really trying to protect them from the worst of the world, even if that means some family members. So I don't think that they're in the wrong.
I really don't think that you're wrong. Because again, toxic is toxic. If you're in a toxic environment, I don't care if it's really blood or not, it's best for you and your family to remove yourself from that toxicity.
Protect yourself,
and protect the innocence of the kids.
Yeah.
You know, if you want your kids to be in a protected environment, protect them. Maybe when they're older, when they're in like their teens, and you can have this sit down conversation back. Let me tell you why you never heard from your grandma. Let me tell you why this, that, and the third was happening. I was trying to protect you. Now that you're old and you can make a decision, you can choose whether or not you want to talk to your grandmother or not. But I just wanted to make sure that as you were maturing and growing up into the young adult that you are now, I wanted to make sure that you were protected.
Yeah.
That's just a difficult conversation, to be honest.
Do you think they have to have the conversation?
At some point. I'm sure the mother's going to ask.
If she asks, but do you think that they should initiate that themselves? I don't either.
It's more so like if you come to me and you ask why it's not around, I'm going to let you know exactly 100%. Why. And then we can go from there.
All right, y'all, last one. Hey, y'all, new subby this last month. Hey, welcome to Quality Crew. I'm in a situationship, sort of, for about 5 months now, but the guy won't confirm what we are, won't express how he feels towards me, and gets upset when I blow up about how my emotional is being affected because he's not giving me the clarity that I need. He makes an excuse about how he doesn't like that I go off out of the blue, but never acknowledges his faults. I just want some advice on what to say to him to work it out or what to say to leave him alone. By the way, I'm a Virgo just like you, EC, and the quality time lover. Hey, girl. This dude is on games.
Yeah.
Just to put it bluntly for you.
If you express to somebody that you need them to express themselves, especially if you go about it in a calm manner, I feel like don't treat the person like a villain when you tell them that like you're being emotionally deprived. Because if you start making someone feel like they're being attacked, they're instantaneously going to get defensive. So if you come to them like, you're not being emotionally mature and like you're hurting me, that's going to instantly like draw out the defensive side of people. But if you come to somebody soft and it's like, hey, I really need to know where you are at emotionally because in this relationship, I need to know where your head's at. If we're going to move forward, if this is going to work, I need to know where your head's at.
Someone who really likes you and cares about you will then give you that proper clarity.
Yes.
Which is why I'm saying dude was on games. So. Yeah,
for sure. And again, you're gonna have to assess how you've gone about saying it to them. How have you gone about expressing that to them? If you've been very aggressive with it, expect an aggressive result. But if you've been very soft about it and you've still gotten an aggressive return, that's when you know that's not the person for you.
Not it.
You just go ahead and get up and walk away, and that can be tough. It can be tough. You might have history. You might think like that person is the one,
See
but
potential.
Potential can really blind you. Love and potential can blind the hell out of somebody in a relationship. But understand that when things are presented to you like that, and if emotional intelligence or emotional communication is big on your list, which for most people it should be, then you need to get on up out of there.
Yeah, 100%.
But that is all we have for you guys. I know this is probably quicker than most. We've realized in the past that we have given you guys very long content. So we decided to slow things up because we know you guys have busy lives as well. If you guys like this, if you want some more of it, obviously you can hashtag we want more down in the comment section. But also don't be afraid to comment down in the comment section, you know, advice for some of these people that you hear their stories and you have other advice for them as well. This is a community where we like to learn and grow together. Obviously you know that because you are a quality crew. Please keep those post notifications turned all the way up because we have more lit content coming you guys' way. We have some fun things that I have up my sleeve. So we'll see. But just keep those post notifications turned up and we will see you guys in the next video. But if you don't already know, I am Hydrated Hero. She is Isimeme Edeko, and together we are Josh and EC. Now you can follow one of us. You can follow two of us. You can follow all three of us. You might as well follow all three of us because we are happy, healthy, and hydrated on all three. But other than that, y'all, until we meet again, peace, love, head grease, and we out. Hey, subscribe. Hey, new video. Hey, it's